Always put God first. In everything you do, put God first. All the things you think I've achieved, the success, whatever you think I have, it's all by the grace of God. None of it is because of my own doing. Understand that it's a gift. Let me take you back to March 27th, 1975. Almost 40 years ago, I was close to flunking out of college with a 1.7 GPA. I hope none of you can relate to that number. I was sitting in my mother's beauty salon, and as I looked in the mirror, I noticed an older woman sitting under the dryer. Every time I glanced her way, she was staring right at me. I didn't know her, but she got my attention. Then she asked someone to pass her a pen and said, "I have a prophecy. Boy, you're going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." Now, here I was, barely holding on to school, even thinking about joining the army. And she's telling me I'm going to speak to millions. It was hard to believe. But eventually, it happened. I did travel the world. I spoke to millions. But more importantly, what she told me stuck with me. She taught me to keep God in my life, and that has kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So, stick with God. If you want to do what I've done, then do what I've done. Stick with God. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. And that can be scary because it's a big world out there. But don't hold back. Chase what you're passionate about and don't be afraid to fail. There was an old IQ test that had 9 dots, and you had to connect them with just a few lines. The only way to solve it was to go outside the lines. So, don't be afraid to think outside the box. Fail big. Dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately lead to disappointment. Set life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. It could be as simple as setting a goal to be kinder every day or to work harder. And then stick to those goals. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work is what successful people do, day in and day out. Just because you're doing more doesn't mean you're achieving more. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother used to say, you can run in place all day and get nowhere. So, keep pushing forward. You can't take your possessions with you when you're gone. The Egyptians tried it, but all they got was robbed. It's not about how much you have, but what you do with what you have. Whether you have wealth, patience, kindness, or a special talent, use it to make a difference. The most rewarding feeling you can get isn't from jewelry or a big house. It's from helping others. That's where the real joy is. When you help someone, you help yourself. Tonight, put your slippers way under the bed so that when you wake up, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you. Thank God for grace, for mercy, for understanding, for love. Say thank you in advance for the blessings that are already on their way to you. That's how I live, and it's why I am where I am today. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's way of showing you that it's already yours. So claim it. Work hard for it. And when you achieve it, reach back and help someone else up. Don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Look, every failed attempt is one step closer to success. You will fail at some point, you'll lose, embarrass yourself, and maybe even fall flat on your face. But embrace it. It's part of the process. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical. I thought I'd nailed it, but, well, I can't sing. They politely said, "Thank you, Mr. Washington." But I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I kept showing up for the next audition and the next. I kept praying and working until, finally, I got a break. Success in life isn't a straight path. I started out as a pre-med student, then pre-law, then journalism. My GPA was sinking until I was politely told it might be best to take a break. But one day, back in my mom's beauty shop, that same woman with the prophecy spoke into my life again. Her words were true. I would travel and speak to millions. The path wasn't easy, but I trusted God and kept moving forward. Make the most of what you have. Everyone has something to give, whether it's your time, talent, or resources. Just remember, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. So don't keep your gifts to yourself. Get out there, give it your all, love with all you've got, and take some risks along the way. Life may be tough, but I see so much potential in you. I believe in what you can do, and I believe the world needs you. So go out there, give everything you've got, and when you fall, fall forward.